Happy Thursday. I don't know what day it is number wise, but I know it's Thursday for sure. I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm using this little cute cup. It's from Amazon. I'm giving it to my mom, but I'm considering buying another one for myself. Again. Let's see. I need today, we're gonna go with Folgers Colombian. Because we need, and we're going classic. Can this hold 8 ounces? I don't remember. We're gonna go with 8 ounces. Morning, Tish. You want one too? Have you used the pumpkin one? A little cream. Let's see, can you even see the coffee? Almost every day. Oh, I love that. Oh, please don't spill. Is it gonna spill? Oh, perfect. I'm gonna use 3 sugars today because we need it. I should be making tea instead, but I only slept I think I slept less than an hour. Let me set this up. My pens have the biggest hole. Like, these pens are my son's pens because I don't have access to my room sometimes. And I was like, oh, can I borrow one of your shorts? And he was like, yeah, sure, here. And then I noticed after wearing them for a whole day, I went to pee and I really noticed that they have like, it's not one hole, it's like, it's worn out like this big. And I was like, whoa. Do I care? No. What thing? I'm sorry, I missed it when they asked what that thing was. Is the thing me? Am I the thing? Because I could be a thing. I need glasses. I am here blind to the comments. Whew. I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm trying to get set up and get a few things done before people wake up. Just setting up my newest gadget, like my friend wants to call it. I want to do a review because I like it, except that I think my laptop is too big and it's not holding it properly. But I feel like for a 13-inch or a 14-inch will be perfect. I have a 16-inch and it's super heavy too. So I'm just, where's the chair? Here we go. I can't find a happy place with the, there we go. So before I do the positive affirmation crap, I'm gonna be, I need to vent. I need to vent because I feel like if I don't vent, I'm gonna explode. I feel like when you're dealing with grown people, right, and you are being judged over having like the simplest rules. Oh, in my 20s, what was I 20? Damn. Oh, 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was in my 20s. I'm in my 30s now, so I'm not that far away. I just don't dye my hair. I had gray hair since I was 13, so I look like this since my teenage years, early 20s. I just stopped dyeing. I stopped giving a fuck, and it is what it is. One of the reasons why I cut it too, like my hair grows so quickly that when you have to dye your hair every week, basically, I was not with the stress. I just have to start wearing my wigs when I don't want to see it, and I don't have access to my room. So anyways, I feel like I have very few rules, right? Like I you never saw it because I was dye my hair, especially the front. The back I could rock out, but like not this. I always had this patch. Just one example will be my no shoes in the house rule. Especially, like, it doesn't matter where you live, but in New York, especially when you commute, not only in the streets, but the stuff that you have to step on the train, you don't know what the hell you're stepping on. You don't know. You don't know where you're sitting. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. So it's like a basic rule. And one thing that I hated back when I used to live with my parents in their apartment is every time I would do mop the floor, my water was darker than this. Darker than that. And I hated that. I'm like, why is the water always black? Why is the water always black? And then I came to my friend's house party one day. She was like, oh, we don't do shoes. And I was like, oh, okay. But once I got to live here, and I was like, oh, let's do the no shoes. My water is clear when I mop. I notice a change in how often my kids will get sick, how often I will get sick. And it was such a simple change. Granted, now we have more space and all of that stuff, but the ability for me to keep the place clean to a basic level, the shit is priceless. And right now, like my rug, it used to be like a light beige color, and I know right now you cannot tell, and I'm gonna sound like I'm nitpicking, but I can see where the no shoe situation, because it's just that same area over and over and over where my rug is getting darker. Thank God. Thank God. This fucking rug is from Ruggable. I paid a good amount of money for this rug because I love it and it's washable. But it's hurting me right now. I was here for a year and I was like, oh, I'm gonna wash it before they come because it's been a year. And then I really looked at my rug and I'm like, oh, you know what? My rug looks nice. Like the color is very well maintained. And now I'm like, I need to wash my rug. It's not like a choice anymore. It's like I have to do it. And it's just one of the little things that is so simple, but it's just like, oh, you don't, this is not a household, this is not a shoe in the house household. Okay, but you don't take off your shoes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Um, I'm just so upset. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. And that's just like one thing. This is one thing. And it's like, I live by your rules for X amount of time, even though your rules did not make sense. Why can't you confide to my rules for a couple of weeks? That's it. It's not that hard. And when people question, not when they question, when you get offended about somebody cleanliness, it doesn't make sense to me. I feel like we should all strive to be clean, or at least respect somebody's rules. Anyways, on another note, you have to be very respectful and thankful and whatever the fuck you want to say, because you know they are your parents and they sacrifice a lot, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes as a parent that a child doesn't see, that you know it's rough. It's very rough. There's this show on Netflix called When Life Gives You Tangerines, right? And in that show, I thought it was through the eyes of like one person, and so far it's through the eyes of somebody else. But it's still the same thing, mother and daughter relationship, and missing your mother and realizing the sacrifices that your mom has done. That show, it will have you laughing on one episode and crying your eyes out on the same episode. Like I said, it's called When Life Gives You Tangerines, and they have it in Korean, the original language. They also have it in English and other stuff. I think they also have it in Spanish. But I was up because I couldn't sleep. I was so stressed. And I'm there giggling and crying. It's like legit a roller coaster of emotions in that episode, in those episodes. I don't think all the episodes are out. I think it's like a weekly thing, but I think I'm up to episode 6, and I had to stop watching because I was like, no, I can't. The way I feel right now, I just have to get through it. Anyways, so it makes you reflect a lot about the sacrifices that you do as a parent and what sacrifices your parents might have done, because everybody's situation is different. But parenthood does not come without sacrifices. It's just that you don't keep making certain mistakes and you don't hold certain things over your kids. You know what I mean? Like things that I'm doing right now for my kids that I wish they were done to me as a child. Like telling them I love them, or you know, asking them how they feel, and if I'm making like a big decision, even not a big decision, if I'm making decisions, including them, like considering their opinion, even if I have the final say, like how would you feel about X, Y, and Z? For example, after this whole living situation, having people here back to back, I spoke to my son and I'm like, hey, how would you feel about me converting the living room? Excuse me. How would you feel about me converting the living room into a room for you? And we were looking at beds. We've been looking at ways to like divide the living room. One of his concerns, he was like, oh, you know, what about my closet space? I'm like, you know, am I gonna have to share a closet with one of you guys, or can I use the hallway closet? And I'm like, depending on how I divide the room, you know, I might even use a wardrobe as a divider, like possibilities are endless, but the fact that I'm considering his feelings first, that would have never happened in my household. Like, it was things that needed to be done got done, no explanation whatsoever, and it was just like, you have to do what I say because I'm the grown up, which at the time could have been a hard decision with consequences for life. So that's one thing that I don't do with my kids, that to them it might seem normal, but until they have certain experiences, they're not going to realize that one, not every parent does that, and two, you know, I didn't get that opportunity. One way that that my kids realize that not every parent is like me, is the bonding that we have with like gaming and communication, like how we communicate. And my son, when he first realized, he was like, oh, like, I asked my friend, like my friends were asking me like, oh, like they were surprised by me wanting to play with you video games. And I was like, yeah, like, I mean, my mom is the one that got me into gaming, so just that little detail, he thought it was something normal, and it make him look like such a cool guy to his friends. And to me, it's like, I wish I could play with my parents or spend bonding time with my parents other than keeping them from eliminating each other, per se. How do I know that certain things that you do to your kids have consequences? Because I'm a living example of that. For example, just one minor thing that I can say is, with my parents coming over here, it was like a big secret, big, huge secret. And so basically, to keep it short, right? When my parents came over here, my dad came first. Me and my mom stayed in our country. And then my mother came, and I was left with her mother, who mistreated me and abused me, and she she did so many things to me that at the time it didn't make sense. Once I found out the reason, it was like, oh, okay, it's not her. It's like I'm not the problem, it's her. But that still doesn't make what she did to me right. You feel me? And I feel like not knowing the reasoning behind it could have avoided me so much trauma that till this day I'm still dealing with. For example, I was seeing how she was treating her other grandchildren versus how she was treating me. This lady used to leave me locked up in an apartment, like locked up, that I could not escape. In Dominican Republic, you have bars in the balcony, you have bars on the windows, you have bars at the door. I could not escape. If something were to happen, I couldn't escape that apartment. Neighbors knew, my teachers knew, freaking people at the church. When my mom used to go visit, because she used to go every year or twice a year when she could, when people stop you in the streets, neighbors, people that you don't know because you don't go to the church. Who are these people? People from the church, my teachers, my principal, and people are telling you, get that little girl out of that house. On every trip, for since I was 8 till I was 13, if people are telling you, get that little girl out of that house, but because you don't want me to find out that I'm adopted, you leave me in that house. Once I found out, and how I found out is stupid, I found out my birth certificate that had a little mistake on it. They kept it just in case, they had to prove something later down the line. And when I found it, the way my grandmother handled it is that she was like, yeah, like your father has another family, like that's not you. And I believed it. So that's another trauma, you know? And then it's like, oh, this makes sense because my mom is the only one that keeps coming back to see me. I don't see him. I only talk to him on the phone. And it was funny because every time I would speak to him on the phone, him and my mom will not be together in the same like conversation thing. It would be like, oh, I'm calling you, blah 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 blah. Like, I don't know. It was weird. But if I would have known then that I'm adopted, and just that little detail, I could have realized that the reason why her mother was treating me the way she was treating me is because she's an evil fucking woman who is very hateful. And it had nothing to do with me, but her own trauma projected towards me, the one that's not family. But did my parents have that conversation with me? No. Okay, not having it when I'm 8, but then I was 10, then I was 11, then I was 12, then I was 13, and it's not until they were confronted with the truth and I'm there, rebelling and asking questions and calling people names, that it's like, oh yeah, this is this is this is what's going on. And even then, it wasn't revealed to me fully. It was like still some half truths being said. So one thing I said was that I will never keep things from my children. Regardless of the situation, I do keep my kids, but conversations need to be had because you don't want your kids to feel a certain way and have questions that can have consequences later on. But anyways, that was just my little venting session. My plans for today, right now, I'm checking my homework to see if we have discussion questions, and I have to keep replying to people. I have to do three replies to other people, and I also have to keep an eye on people replying to my post. So far, nobody has replied to me since last night, so I can just pick a person and reply to their post. So I'm gonna do that later. And then I also have, let me see what I have to do. I think I only have to do, I have one project and one quiz to do. So those are 2 things that I can get done later today. That will give me tomorrow as a free day from studying, unless I want to start doing my next week's work. And my plan for today, I have one errand that I would like to get done. It's not a must. And then something else that is like for entertainment purposes, I guess. I would love to go to the store and do some window shopping and perhaps do some food shopping at Aldi, because it's gonna be raining tomorrow all day, I believe, and then I work the weekend, so I want to make sure I have enough snacks and basic stuff for my kids and my parents to survive with me being gone. I am curious to see how the routine is gonna change, because it's been 2 weeks of them kind of like seeing what is that I do now that I have my own place and trying to get used to it, failing miserably. But when it comes to my routine when I'm at work, I don't, that has to go by the book, because I don't know. I like to do, I have a schedule in my head how I do things, in what order, in order for me to have like by 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. the latest every day, I'm already done with cooking, cleaning, homework is done, kids are shower. All I have to do is give, myself some TLC, and it gives me enough time to do my homework, play video games, take a nap, do whatever it is that I have to do. But you don't fuck with my routine, because it's what keeps me sane to keep doing it every day. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna happen. My mom, God bless her, She already said that, she's gonna cook and whatever. But in all honesty, we had some issues with, like, I've been allowing her to do certain things like wash the dishes and things like that, but me having to go back and rewash the dishes because the dishes are still dirty, cooking makes me nervous. Cooking makes me nervous because I'm not gonna be here. My dad is not gonna be paying the right attention to it. Things can go wrong. People can get hurt. Just the second day here, it was an incident where I was burned with hot oil in my stomach. I have like big scars right now in my stomach because of I got burned with hot oil. Not a good time. So I'm trying to have tomorrow. I need to get today a few things from the supermarket because tomorrow my plan is to meal prep things that they can just heat up and for me to just cook certain things once I'm home, you know? Once again, this is things that I shouldn't have to worry about because once again, this is two grown people. But because of her dementia, it's kind of hard. Like you want to do certain things, but your body she's weak. My mom only weighs 97 pounds. Like my farts are strong. My farts can like transport her to another state, pretty much. That's how weak she is. So I don't know. I can't keep stressing about it. All I can do is prepare as much as I can. I have a few ideas of meals that I'm gonna pre-make, like some vegetables and things like that I can have done and ready to go for them to like eat until I get home. Like it shouldn't be that hard. Shouldn't be that hard to keep people alive while you're gone. But we'll see. We'll see. That's my only worried. So I'm trying to get through today. My reward for getting through today is going to be having a me day tomorrow and doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm not gonna care what nobody says because after tomorrow I go back to work and that's another stress for me. Not only that, like it's like I go back to work, but then I had to take a day off during my back to work time because more tests need to be done. So it's like I I I get a lot of shit at my job because of the time that I'm not at work. It's either me calling out because of my health, the amount of time I was gone before my surgery, through my surgery, after my surgery. My recovery was a freaking roller coaster. And having people be like, oh, you're still here? Like, they haven't fired you? Like, if I'm still here, it's because I think I'm showing proof that I'm really going through something health-wise that I cannot control. You know what I mean? Like, I almost expired last year. You know? Like, I almost, like, started fresh. God knows where. But people don't see that. They see what they want to see. So, I'm excited to get through it, get through my parents' visit, help them get everything they need to get done. And I want to go back to work and be at work and I don't want to have that, doubt behind me being there. Like, my work ethic is impeccable, no complaints about me. I do what I gotta do. It's just my attendance is crap for reasons that I cannot control. If I was somebody that will call out just to be home and scratching my ass or like plucking my pussy lips, then I will understand. But when you have to call because you physically cannot move or you have to go to the hospital to get like blood transfusions because you could die if you don't, like, that's not my choice. I wish I could just go in, get my blood, and go. But no, because of other risks, I can reject it, or I could get a bad a bad reaction to it. And it happened to me with the iron, and I was in the hospital when that happened. So not only did I have to advocate for myself and tell the nurse, like, no, this is not like a normal um thing. She was like, oh no, your IV is just, we're gonna have to. I'm like, no, you're gonna have to take it off, put it in another arm, because I still need my iron, so I can get another bag of blood and do something about this, because my vein is blown. And I had to advocate for myself. And after I got home, I had a big lump, like the size of what is this, a golf ball, on my arm, because of that one incident. And if I didn't advocate for myself when I did, I would not be here, because she just thought that I was just, I guess, tired of being in the hospital for 2 days, getting blood in iron bags. When life gives you tangerines, that's gonna be my new thing. And every time I get frustrated, I'm gonna say to myself, when life gives you tangerines. I cannot stop recommending that show enough, because it does shows like what the ultimate love will be, how you want to be loved by someone, how a husband and wife relationship should be against all odds. And the level of it's a Korean it's a Korean drama, for so if like, the men are gonna do things that you're gonna be like, what, where are these men? But if you look past that, the message behind it, it, it's a different outlook on life. It makes you respect your parents. It makes you understand a lot of things. It makes you, if you're a parent struggling, it makes you, I don't know, it just gives you the right feels. And it could be a conversation starter in households, in my opinion, without having to talk about, certain topics. But I feel like that show has a lot of potential of opening up conversations in the household that can be healing, with families. I know, at least in my case, because of my parents' age, it's a lost cause, but it does give me more empathy towards certain things. Certain things. Anyways, my intentions for today. My goal is to continue to have patience. I don't have to ask for empathy, because I overflow with empathy. I need patience, and by this, God, I am not asking for more challenging ways to prove to you that I have it. I just need, for you to refill my meter on it, not give me more challenges. We can leave that for after I go back to work. But I need today and tomorrow to be not zen, but to be good. I've been cooking every day, not by choice. It's one thing when you have to cook, when you have to make meals, versus cooking because you want to cook. I'm trying to see, because I have to be very careful with what I say, because when you're trying to be intentional, you have to be very careful what you ask. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna continue to focus on my schoolwork. So far is going very, very good. I know it's only week 1 with this class, but if I keep myself motivated, I'm gonna try to do my best to get ahead and do at least, I'm gonna finish the 2 things I have to do for this week, and I'm gonna do at least 2. Let me see, there's no smart books for next week. It's all about, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 writing assignments and 2 quizzes and a project. So I'm gonna try to get my, assignments, my writing assignments started. So that was weird. Felt like a little earthquake situation. At this point, but yeah, my intentions for the rest of the week and the week to come, I'm just gonna keep at it. I'm gonna keep at it. I've been doing good. I've been staying positive. I've been handling things, and every day I am doing better and better at asking what I need, the privacy that I need, the time alone that I need, and finding ways to get it. Whether people's feelings get hurt or not, I cannot control that. I can only tell you what I need and ensure that I get it so I don't lose my marbles. But that's it. But I'm gonna finish my coffee because it's very hot. This keeps it super, super hot. I'm gonna finish my coffee while I watch whatever more episodes are out of When Life Gives You Tangerines. And my homework is doing good. I'm just gonna close this real quick. I'm gonna close that, turn this off. So far it still says that I have 100% on the battery, so battery life is amazing. So I'm gonna put this away, and I'm gonna leave my homework for later. I want to relax my mind, watching the show, finish my coffee, and prep for the rest of the day. I don't even know what I'm gonna cook today. All I know is that regardless of what I make today, I'm gonna have to cook again tomorrow. So what I am gonna do later is, before I leave to go food shopping, I'm gonna look at the fridge and see the stuff that I can throw away that is old, because my mother bought a lot of stuff because in her mind she was gonna eat it, but because she forgets that it exists, it's just going bad. So I have to clean out all of that. I have to buy some containers, some Tupperware, so when I do prep tomorrow, food-wise, I have, I can store it and set it up in a way that's visible for her to, be there. But anyways, I hope that everybody have a great day, that you stay positive. Tish, I hope that you continue your research and crush that paper. I can't wait for the days where you don't tell me that you have a 50-page paper to do, because that stresses me out, and I'm not the one doing it. But just thinking about it, like, I'm gonna start saying that I have a writer friend, and you have written books on law, and that's it. You're my friend, the writer. You might not like the title. You might be like, Pamela, you're delusional because I'm just doing my homework. I'm not writing a book. But in my eyes, when you do multiple projects where it involves more than 20 pages, you're writing a book. Oh, cherry chai latte. Let me write it down. Cherry chai latte. cherry chai latte. I'm gonna be out today, so if I have I need to do your homework, girl. I need to, as long as I can finish mine. I would love to do yours, but my writing is horrible because I'm gonna be writing it like I talk, and that's you don't want that. You don't want that. I was gonna go like on Saturday, since I'm going back to work Saturday, my gift to myself is going to be a Starbucks drink. I was gonna get the lavender chai, a lavender chai latte or something like that, but I'm gonna try the cherry one, and if I don't like it, I'm coming for you. Yeah, you know what? When you get your drink today, send me a picture because I can tell if I'm gonna like it by the picture, because that way I can see how I can get the same thing you get but modify it for what I like. So send me a picture today of your drink, your Starbucks drink. See if I can if I can get the same. But for now, I got my Folgers coffee. Oh my god, for this cup to be so inexpensive, it keeps it super warm. Is it because it has the 2-layer situation? I don't know. What is that called? Insulation? It's so hot. Oh. Anyways, we're almost at the 50-minute mark. I feel like I talk a lot and we got nowhere and everywhere at the same time. But if you don't take any advice for what I said, just go watch on Netflix When Life Gives You Tangerines and be ready to laugh and cry. You don't know what you're gonna do on which episode. Some episodes you do both. Some episodes you laugh, some episodes you cry, and some you just cry and laugh at the same time. But that is all for me today. I'm gonna try to come back later tonight because my day tomorrow is gonna be a relaxed day. I tried to my live last night or early or after midnight live was me playing my video game, but because I haven't been able to play for 3 weeks, I felt so rusty and so lost. We had a new event happening on Destiny, and there was some like mechanics that I didn't know what to do, and I was lost. I kept dying. Thank God the people that I was playing with who don't know me, the blueberries, they were so nice. They kept reviving me, and you can tell they were patients, and they carried me on their back because I really didn't do shit in that strike, in that mission thingy. So I'm gonna be playing my video games tomorrow and being judged, but I'm not gonna care. Okay, have a great day, guys, and remember, when life gives you tangerines, and I keep trying to say goodbye, but I didn't even know that you can roast tangerines. I thought you could just make juice or like eat them like that, but I saw them on the show. They were like roasting the tangerines. Now I'm curious to see how a roasted tangerine is gonna taste. Put your cup. Well, this cup that you want me to put to the side is my mom's cup. So she saw it. I offered to her, but I will be purchasing another one, and I will get one for you. Only downside is you're gonna have to come get it. So yeah. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.